Let's bring you particularly reaction out of Russia this morning. Chris Brown is our Moscow correspondent, and there he is with the latest we're hearing live from the Kremlin. Chris.
Well, Vladimir Putin sent Donald Trump a telegram. This is the Russian version of it here. Let's hear what he said to Donald Trump. It reads, "I am certain that your inherent vitality, good spirits, and optimism will help you cope with this dangerous virus." So a very nice telegram to receive, something anyone might want to get if they're sick. But it's going to be scrutinized, of course, very carefully because of the very peculiar, let's say, relationship between these two men. On the one hand, Donald Trump, the leader, many would say, of the free world, and Vladimir Putin, one of the world's best-known authoritarians. And yet, Donald Trump has at times seemed very reverential to Vladimir Putin. Certainly, just in the last few weeks, over the criticism of the poisoning of Alexei Navalny, you did not hear any of that from Donald Trump, who has been very, very reluctant to say anything negative about Vladimir Putin. He's even suggested that he took Vladimir Putin's word over his own security services that there was no Russian meddling in the 2016 election, meddling which U.S. security services said they believe was intended to try to help Donald Trump win. So some kind words, not only from Vladimir Putin, but also from presenters on state TV here. I was just listening with one ear, and some of them were saying, gosh, wouldn't it be terrible if Joe Biden got this too? But we really hope Donald Trump gets better soon because he's our candidate. At least that's what one host said. Heather.
Chris, it's interesting. We got some reporting here this past week as some of the attitude within the White House administration about masks, for example. The suggestion was don't wear masks. It's not a good look, was one of the quotes that we got. That's how they viewed that particular public health guideline. That's just one of the ways in which the White House response has been very different to the response in the Kremlin in terms of protecting the leader. You have to share with us some of the details about the bubble in which Vladimir Putin lives and works.
It's become very striking because in the last couple of days, today in particular, cases have really been ramping up. Today's tally is almost as high as what it was at the peak of cases back in the spring. And yet the messaging from the Kremlin to, say, ordinary Russians has been go out, take precautions, wear masks, but, they haven't imposed a lockdown, notably. Whereas for Vladimir Putin, he has rarely, if ever, been seen in public meeting anybody, much less going to a rally like Donald Trump did, ever since March. Back in June, he met with a large number of veterans commemorating the end of the Second World War. All of them had to quarantine for 2 weeks before they met him. And just this week, a Russian investigative outlet was reporting that now everybody who visits Vladimir Putin, where he's working out of at his house in Sochi, in the south of Russia, everyone who meets with him has to be quarantined for 2 weeks. They also reported that he's purchased almost disinfectant tunnels that spray off, disinfectant. So anyone who goes into the house has to kind of pass through this. So you really see a COVID bubble that Vladimir Putin has been working in. This in spite of the fact Russia has been very vocal about its new coronavirus vaccine, hyped probably more than any other country has hyped their vaccine. Thousands of Russian government workers have argued against taking it, but they claim they've been forced to. Many others have done it willingly. But notably, Vladimir Putin has not yet taken this vaccine. And today the Kremlin said he will be taking it, but they haven't said when.
That is interesting. And there is a second one, is there not, Chris, ready to go? They're talking about a second Russian vaccine at this point.
There is, and the whole idea that the government here has been pushing, at least the central government has been pushing, is that we've got this beat and the vaccine is going to save you. But of course, cases have spiked very quickly. And at the city of Moscow level, you've seen a very different approach where they have been urging people, indeed mandating people who can work from home to work from home. They've ordered people who are 65 to stay inside. They've even closed schools for an extra week. But at the, let's say, at the Putin level, at the Kremlin level, they've been very, very leery about putting the country under another lockdown, I think because the first one was so economically devastating.
Similar response in the United States to that part. Chris Brown, thank you very much, our Moscow correspondent, with the reaction within Russia.